welcome to day 4 of the 7-day challenge. Coming to you live again from the great outdoors, but today is full of extra birds and more quiet today. We had rain come through, so all the birds are out happy in their worms, and it seems a little cooler out here. So we get the sun peeking out, and here's the squirrels are going to join us today. There will be a time that I'm sure a squirrel will jump out of the tree and land on the table right here, so don't be surprised, because they chase each other up and down these trees all the time, and it's fun to see. Alright, so first things first, if you're watching this on the YouTubes, click subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you're watching right here on Facebook, make sure you leave a comment below so I know you're here. And I'm coming in about an hour and 15 minutes early because it's a Bible study day, and I got to get it in before or after. So today, Dusty and I said, hey, we're up, let's get going. We got a lot to share today. All right. And before I even get to the day 4 things, I had the most amazing experience last night. I'm going to bring the lady into our heart-centered group. We're going to do some exercises with her too because it was amazing. We did some natural stress relief, and it was just amazing. Like, I didn't even know going into that call last night that I needed to have like a floor space empty, so I'm like literally laying on the floor doing these exercises right next to a plant with a pile of books and papers next to me while my child is taking a shower, coming in and out of the shower. So it was fun. So remember, here's my first thing to do. Just do it. It really is like the Nike thing. Maybe Nike doesn't just do it anymore, but just do it. Like, I literally was on a Zoom with some other people, some of them I knew, some I didn't, with a plant right in the middle of my face. But I was doing the work, and it was amazing, and I had one of the best nights sleep in forever. So we're definitely bringing her into the heart-centered advocacy group, and I had some nuggets to share for you, because I'm always advocating for you guys, that she was all about taking breaths. Like, take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. When I say breath, and then she defined what take a breath was, and I was like, oh, let's see, it's going to be a nice deep breath, and I always feel a little struggle with deep breath. I'm much better with exhaling than I am with inhaling. That's why yoga sounds so fabulous for me, and I want to do it so bad, but I can't get the breathing correct, so then it kind of just makes it a stressful situation as opposed to a stress reliever. So hers were, when I say take a breath, that means exhale. She said we go around holding our breath in society, and we do, and we always are carrying about 70% lung capacity with us already. So we don't really need to be taking in breaths as much as we need to be letting them go. Okay, Dusty, say hi. Goodbye. Bye, baby. Go back to chasing the birdies. So exhale, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is fabulous. I just did like 1 hour of exhaling all these things and letting all this stress and making my nervous system much happier, because you really do go around carrying the stress of the world, holding our breath. If you want to see somebody hold a breath, watch me lift weights. I always hold my breath. I have no idea why, but I guess I'll make sure I'm exhaling next time. And she gave me a good hint on we're doing something, and there's another lady that was having, I guess she was more distracted than me. Like, I'm so used to distractions that I just zone them out. Like, the show must go on. I told you, Dusty's on here, there's a bird, a squirrel will jump down, I just keep going. Must be my marching band experience. But she said, tell your mind, not now, we'll talk later. Not now, we'll talk later. She said that over and over and over. And I didn't have like a racing mind last night, because I was just focusing so hard anyway and trying to figure out what we were doing and make sure my naked child that just took a shower didn't get up on the Zoom. But for people that have that like racing mind, I was like, I think this trick will work all the time. Tell my mind, not now, we'll talk later. I loved it. I loved it. So try that. That's an extra challenge today. Try that. Tell your mind, not now, we'll talk later. This is what I'm doing right now. Not now, we'll talk later. All right, so back to the challenge. But I thought you needed to know all those little nuggets because they were fabulous. All right, day 4. Where do they need, where? So we're back to the where. Where do they need advocacy or an advocate? So they can need it at the doctor's office, just the plain old general practitioner. They could need it at their school, their preschool, their high school, their middle school. You can need it at the counselor's office. You could need it at a retirement home, a nursing home, memory care, your OBGYN, your midwives group. You could need advocacy, where people need advocacies in the world, society, the government. You can need advocacy, the local one or the federal one. You need it in labor and delivery, and especially in those pediatricians' offices. That's where you need advocacy at. So think about, we're back to our person, think about your person and where they're going to need an advocate. And remember, it's not just necessarily one person we're always talking about, because like literally I have a husband, a kid, and a dog. At any given time, somebody's going to need advocacy. So always be thinking about your specific situation. And as always, the challenge is going to drop at noon in the group. And if you're watching this sometime in the future, they're going to be in the guide section. That's what they're called right now. Maybe in the future they're called something different, because in the past they were called something different. But it's always going to be there. So when you jump in, or if you share with a friend, when they jump in, say, hey, go check out that guide section. That's where all the golden nuggets are. And they are. And you guys get to see Dusty. See, he's going to try to put photobomb this time too, because he loves the camera as much as Ellie does. So I will see you guys all in the group, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.